Hello, can anybody hear me? I don't know if anybody can hear me. I thought. Seems to be the coming at you from United Kingdom. Live on YouTube. Hmm. I can invite other people on this. That's pretty cool. Okay. So we are doing. I need a banner bit. Otherwise, it's just looking pretty. Yep, it's just looking pretty good. Wait, I was gonna. It's good. Hmm. Hmm. So I'm just playing around with stuff now. What's this banners thing do? Create a banner. How do I get that? Mm. Hmm. That's about that one out. Insurance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's the name? What's it called? Bridge. Mm. Alliance. Okay. So let's see what else we can do here. So, They percent upgrade. Hi, can you hear me? Oh, that's great. Yep, it's currently in the UK. It is 16 minutes past 3 a.m. and I am up at stupid o'clock. But can't be helped. What time is it there? So 16 in the afternoon. Wow. Excellent. That's great. I'm glad to know it's working. I have a live that's due to go out on behalf of one of the groups I belong to. Right, 10-second delay. No, I've not used this service before. Get out of the way of that. Headline. No, I've not used this service before. 10-second delay. Possibly in the future. I have a live coming up, which is on the 10th of January, Wednesday, 10th of January, so it's next Wednesday, on behalf of a group I belong to, which is made up of a lot of different groups that are like hiking groups in the south of England. And, you know, everyone has like different interests and comes from different areas. So, you know, it's a nice mixture. Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. At the current time, it's all I would have to stream live with. So that's what I'm going to do for now. At some point in the future, I may upgrade, but I'm not in a position to do that at the moment. Yeah, so I will, if possible, members of the groups are available to come on the live stream with me, I will do that. Basically, because if you're trying to express something, give out information regarding the events going on within, so it's like a virtual village hall social club. So if you're trying to get people to talk about what's going on, it's easier to do it if they're on the screen with you and you can have a conversation. And apparently, you know, we're looking on the things on here on the duck StreamYard, so I would be able to add 2 or more people to the stream, which is, I think it's quite nice to do that. So I'll have a go at that. All right, thank you. Yeah, I wasn't sure how things are. I'm going to do some more um, research on what I can do with StreamYard, both free version and then possibly moving on to the paid version afterwards. So that would be something to look at. And you know, hi Slim, how you doing? So this is what he looks like. Yeah, it's as you might know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, but we're up in the middle of the night. So one of them. I liked your little video. That was that was impressive. I like craft work stuff. So craft work sounds German. Um, yeah, I do like that kind of thing. So it was nice to watch. Running 2 cams. Yeah, I might even get on with that. Oh, the camera I'm using at the moment, this little one, I have 2 of them, so I might use 2 of them. I've got 2 of these useless things now. It's absolutely it's a joke camera, but they're very light. But even with the batteries in them, they don't weigh much. So it's quite easy to stick one on and stick a couple on a tripod, and I use them outside. And if they fall over, it doesn't matter because they're costing out. I think it cost me like £20 or something. If that on eBay, and you just stick things in it. It's about. It says it's a 1080. I don't believe a word of it. I reckon it's about 720, but it's good enough. Does the job, and that's what it's all about. 2 rabbits in 2 rooms. So I was going to run 2 live streams showing both rabbits at the same time. Well, you can't have too many rabbits, can you? I mean, come on, I do have a rabbit, but you don't want to know where that is. It's an ex-rabbit, and it lives in the freezer. One live stream with 2 camera feeds. Okay, yeah, I get that. It's something I'm going to be looking into in the future when I'm doing outdoor videos, outdoor live streams. I'm setting up my car at the moment. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. I'm setting up I've got a car and I'm setting it up, so I'm going to make it like it's only it's a mini little Yaris, Toyota Yaris, tiny little car. But okay, so but it's a nice little camper option. So what I'm going to do is get a big tarpaulin and put it on the back with a heater in it. So it'll be quite fun. Be quite fun to do. I think get out and about, show a bit of show off a bit of our lovely countryside here, which is I'm very privileged to live in basically a garden of England, like a little Eden. It's fantastic around here, so I kind of want to get out and show it off a bit, and so I'll be doing some outdoor lives when I got a chance, some streaming, so that should be fun. And yeah. So yeah, it's nice to get out and about, and also, but the thing is, you really need the equipment, as you might know in the UK. It rains a lot, so we get rain. And where I live is up on the high fells of northern England, northwest England, so we do get a lot of rain, and it is actually raining at the moment. So yeah, and it doesn't go that way; it goes that way and that way. So you can get very wet very quickly. Puts a lot of people off of going outdoors, but it's well worth it when you do, because there's some fantastic scenery around here. We're not too far from the Lake District. If you know about that, Lake District is only like 70 miles up the road, if that. So yeah, it's a beautiful part of the world. Yeah. I think I'm going to stay on here and finish off the half hour. So sort of oh yeah, I've got a couple of these things. So I've got one charging up over there. The little mic with the oh yeah, Seattle, yeah. Yeah, that it was very much the same kind of climate, really. Yeah, this little thing, I'm sure you've seen these before. These little mics clip on, very good, especially when you're out and about. Today's mic is going to show this. One of these little things. So it's a gun mic, which are useful, and it does improve the sound somewhat. I believe it goes well. No, it's not. I don't know. This is kind of like so it's cheapo from eBay. It does the job very nicely, I find. Those offending pieces of technology over here. This one is a copy of the DJI. So it's yeah, I didn't quite have DJI money, so I went with a snide rip-off, I'm afraid. But I might get one in the future. But if it works, it works. And so I use what I can get a hold of, what's available. I've got some, some good stuff. Still cameras. I have this, which is just a stills camera. It doesn't do video, unfortunately, but I'm looking to upgrade to the video version. So this is a Canon EOS. I think this is the 450, something like that. 405, 450, something of that ilk. But it's a nice camera. Takes nice pickies. So I'm quite pleased with that. And even for a Neanderthal like me, I can understand it quite well. I'm looking to upgrade it. Thank you. I'm looking to upgrade it to one of the later video models when I can afford one. At the moment, money's going into paying for the car. So. Yes, you can. You know, I know, Spoon. You can end up spending silly money, and I think at the moment it's just seen it's a bit of a hobby, really, all this, and so you know, I'm mindful of the kind of money I'm spending out, because if you get into something and you decide at some later date not to do it, yes, you can sell off gear, but you never get back your money that you paid in. And also, if I decide that at some point I'm not bothered anymore, I can, you know, I can always sort of pack it in for a bit. But I tend to enjoy it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the cameras I bought here, these little cameras I got that I'm using at the minute, you know, yeah, I have a decent phone, which I can do all that kind of stuff with. But I kind of went for something. So I bought two little 4K cameras off eBay, very reasonably priced, about 25, 30 quid each, something like that, possibly less. But they are, you know, proper 4K, and they do a good job on using one now. So, and it is full 4K. Unfortunately, StreamYard and others. Doing walks. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that depends on signal. I'm very fortunate. All things crossed. I'm very fortunate at the moment that I have a very good internet supply, which even outdoors gives me a very solid 4K, even up in the hills. So, DJI Pocket 3. I don't know about those. I could have a look at those, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know much. When I looked at the DJI range, and I looked at what they were charging for stuff, and I thought that's too much for what I intend to do. So yeah, I don't have a gimbal. So what I normally use, if when I'm out, is I'll use this, just a selfie stick. It does have the button on there, so I can press that, and I can use the settings on my phone from there. And you can actually open it out as a stand, or you can close them out, and it's a selfie stick, you know, and it moves like that. And you can twist the end round that way round as well. And it was, you know, cheap as chips, basically. I have this little gadget which you can fit onto tripods. They're very useful. So see that? I mean, that's, you know, again, cheap as chips, but it does the work. And you just sit your phone in there, and you can twist it all around. Yeah, so that's all good. Yeah, I can understand. You know, it's like when you, I mean, you can buy, but I went out for this piece of rubbish here. It's supposed to be some kind of like gimbal thingy. It's a toy. It's pure rubbish. But for a while, it works as a selfie stick. So very, very inexpensive, right? Yeah. I'm a skinflint, me. Typical northerner. We don't spend our money on out. Maybe on food or something like that. Yeah, exactly. And if you go out and you spend lots of money on gear, and you decide, I'm not bothered with this anymore, you kind of wasted money, and there are other things that I could be spending money on that are, far more required, really, at the moment. I'm going to get, the I've one of those Pomerlee things that sits in your tent for a hot tent. So I've got an old tent that I don't really use, so I'm going to cannibalise that in a couple of tarpaulins, and I'm going to make a hot tent and cut a hole in the center of the roof, and then put the pipe through, so I can have a hot tent, like that, and I can attach it with like a little tunnel to the back of the car. I've been trying to work that out, and that way I can camp all year round, and sometimes in the winter you see things you don't see in the summer when you're out, on the moors. They look bleak, but there's, hidden beauty in there. Some superb little creatures, lovely birds all over the place. You have to watch yourself for ticks, of course, and things like that. But it just gets you away, and it's wonderful. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they do. I mean, I know that like you get the cheaper versions from China, but the trouble is with those is the metal is, that they use is so soft. It buckles and that, and putting it back together after it's been fired up is a real game of origami. To fit it all together. Yeah. So, but most of them are imported, so most of them come from China. Oh, can you not? I mean, I've seen them made. I have a friend who has a camper that they live in, like a bus, converted bus, and they turned it into a home. And in the corner of the back of the van, back of the bus, where they've made a kitchen, there is what used to be a big propane tank. It's a good like 3 foot deep and about 2.5 feet wide, and they converted that into a potbelly stove with a chimney that comes out the top of the van, and it's very homely, and it's all wood burning and all that sort of stuff. And they use proper wood, old dead wood and seasoned wood, so there's no pollution. But it's amazing, and they built. The guy is a fabricator, so he built an oven onto it out of steel, and it's amazing. His missus turns out fantastic food and bread and everything from this heater, and on the chimney that goes up, there's a little cylinder thing that sits on there, and it heats water with a little tap. It's pretty amazing stuff. Hi, Mr. E. Hello. How are you? I've been watching your little videos on cooking and through frugal living. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like that sort of thing as a bit of a prepper. Yes, I'm live. Yeah. I do exist. Yeah. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Can you hear me okay, Misty? What's the sound like? Oh, grand. That's good. Yeah, I was just doing this as a test, really, testing out software and seeing how it would go. Everything seems to be okay, and testing out this StreamYard for doing live streams. And I've got the live stream coming up soon. Yeah, well, I was busy yesterday. I had a lot going on. um, but I got to bed early, and that's the reason I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Because I got to bed early. I think I went to bed about sort of 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. And then I just woke up at like sort of 2 o'clock this morning, wide awake. So not really good. But I'm not working in office today. I'm working from home, and I don't have to start till 10. So all's good in the hood. How are you doing? Excuse me, what can I drink? Yeah, it is 03:42 here. Yeah, I saw you were busy with the hound, with your home and everything. How's I was trying to remember his name now. So, oh no, I've forgotten his name. Your rooster. Forgot his name now. What's his name now? What's the name of your rooster, Misty? Goliath. That's it. Yeah, Goliath. Uh, Sometimes when you're doing lives, I can hear him in the background. It's beautiful. I love it, mate. It's really good. It's like when Slim's on, and I can hear Brooke in the background and hear him laughing. I think that's great. Yeah, cheers me up. He's got lovely laugh, very infectious. And Goliath has a big booming uh, voice, so you can hear him quite well. It's great. Yeah. And TJ, the dog. I'm not allowed a dog here, unfortunately. And in some ways, that's okay because you need a lot of time to spend with for a dog, for a pet, and sometimes I have to be out at work, and that could go, sort of 10, 12 hours. So it wouldn't be fair to an animal to be on their own all that time. So, but at weekends, I kind of miss having a dog around. If I go walking. So yeah, so I kind of miss having a dog then because I used to love taking dogs out for walks. 4 in the morning. it'd be setting up in a minute. So I think it's 4:45 now. Oh, it might not be 4:45 where you are though. Forgot that because you're like 5 hours between us. 5-6 hours difference. I've been keeping an eye on your neighbours down the road, Misty. At where is it? At Boca Chica. Oh, 9:45. Yeah, I'm waiting to see that starship go up in the sky. That'll be quite something. No. Mm. 9:44. So I've been watching these things. I saw you got rid of one of your streaming services and stuff like that. And funny enough, it's somebody asked me about that. Oh, do you need Netflix? Do you have Sky and that kind of thing? And to be honest, it would be pointless. I don't watch telly as it is. I'd rather be out doing stuff. I can understand for people who can't get out really and do stuff, but I've had some injuries in my life for one thing or another, and I did spend about 4 or 5 months where I damaged my legs and I was in a chair. Nothing serious. Well, it was serious at the time, but I got them fixed after. But that 4 or 5 months sat in that chair, not being able to go out, drove me insane. So ever since that time, I do everything, every hour, every time I've got to get up and go outside and enjoy, using my legs. I am up and I am gone. Sometimes it takes something like that to teach us what we have, I think. Is Spoon still here? He's still here, Spoon. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything's good outside, isn't it? You're getting the vitamin D from the sun, you get fresh air in your lungs, in most places. You're getting interaction with nature. She's still good. Konnichiwa. There. Ordering lunch, what you having? It's Friday, so I'll be having fish today. So I thought I'm gonna make like a fish tuna bake. Yeah, I'm gonna have a fish tuna bake. Then I'm gonna have traditional British fish and chips as well. I'll probably have that for lunch and do the tuna bake for the fish bake for the evening, um, because it'd be a smaller meal. Then I'll start off the day with the bigger meals and work down. So by the time I get to evening time for like an evening meal, or probably end up with it's just a sandwich or ramen, something like that. We'll drink milk and orange juice. Oh, no, right, okay. Still, it's good. Obviously, orange juice is good for you, all that vitamin C. Uh, and milk is good for your calcium. I know that these days they have a weird thing about it, and I don't get this thing. People who've lived drinking milk and cheese, drinking milk and eating cheese for thousands of years, and suddenly people are intolerant to it and all that. And when I was a kid, you never heard of like people being intolerant to milk or cheese. It was unheard of, and I think it's either because the processes that some places use to make those products may have made them bad and hard to eat, or it can be that modern living has convinced them in their minds. People telling them, "Oh, you can't eat that, you can't eat this." When you're hungry, you will eat anything. Believe me, I've seen it. If you are starving, you will eat anything, and that's the difference between hungry and actually starving. If you are actually starving, you will eat anything. You'll eat ants, crickets, anything. You'll eat rats, anything. If you are actually starving, in the Western world, people have no clue of what goes on. Go to some places in Africa, possibly Asia. People don't waste food there. If it moves and they can grab it and eat it, they will. Korea is a good example of that. As they say in China, if it's got four legs in it and it moves, then it's lunch. Otherwise it's a table. So it's out there. I've done quite well. 46 minutes have been on here. That's quite good. It's nice to have people's company. Certainly. So other things. Let's stick the camera up. There's my little Buddha. My friend gave me that Buddha. And the little I can't find him, but somewhere I should have a little Lord Ganesha somewhere. I've got loads of books. I like books. Other stuff. Some more stuff. There are guitars everywhere. Yeah, I mean it's the same in the UK. I have friends, and they were saying, and I was saying, isn't the kitchen like beautiful in good condition, and all that? And I thought, it looks like it's never been used, and they were right. It never been used. The only thing they used their kitchen for was to get pizzas out the box or food out of boxes and reheat it that they've got from the takeaway. They couldn't cook. And I was flabbergasted thinking, understand if you were like teenagers or something. These are people in their 30s. Think, what? You can't cook? How can you not learn to cook? How you would never learn to cook? I just couldn't understand it. I could cook when I was 4. I could just make my own butties, my own sandwiches when I was 4. I could make myself a brew when I was 7. In fact, as we grow up, if you're old enough and safe enough to put the kettle on and make tea, that was your job. Get kettle on, lad. Make a brew. And wow, it's a different world. Totally different world. I'm lost. I'm lost in the modern day. I'm still a dinosaur, but I'm a happy dinosaur. Yeah, I hate wasting food as well. I get upset if I have to, put food away. So what I do now is I make, as you might have seen from my other videos, I might make a lot of food, then I'll pack it up and vacuum it into Mylar bags. Write what's on the outside. I learnt that. Make sure you write on the outside what's inside it, or you can play a game of guess what's for tea tonight, and not put a name on. So you put what's a label on the outside and throw it in the freezer. I'll put a date on it as well. And then every so often, I might go through there and have a look and see if there's something that needs using up. But a lot of the times, I take those packets with me out camping, and that's what I started doing it for, because I used to buy the bags that you got from, like the wilderness food bags that were dehydrated food, and they were so expensive. A little packet of food, about that much food in a massive packet like this, and they were charging £10. You know, I could buy a week's food for £10. I'm thinking, what a waste of, and they're even more now. Some are charging up to £20 or more. I thought, I'm not getting into that. I'm not, I'm throwing good money after bad, and being a tight northerner, definitely not. So I make my own food. I'll put it in mylar bags, seal the top. Sometimes I'll get the dehydrator out, dehydrate the food. You've got to be careful with meats where there's fats involved, because it can cause problems. But ordinarily, just normal veg and stuff, it's easy. Rice, and just cook it, dehydrate it, put it in the thing, seal it up, put what weight it was wet, before you seal it up, because that's the amount of liquid you got to put in. So if it says 750 grams wet, and it cooks down and dries out, and it's 400 grams, then you know to add 350 grams of water, boiling water to it, and seal the pack back up again to heat it so you can cook, so you can eat it. But it's and that works out around about, I'd say, about between 65 pence, and like £1.50 a meal, rather than spending a tenner, 10 quid, £10. It's ridiculous. But it's just a simple thing, makes lots of money. We've got 3 people in the house. Can I have 3 thumbs ups, please? Nice, thank you. Looks over there. I can't see that bit of YouTube. What are we doing here? So 4. Oh, it's 4 people in the house. I might stay on a bit. Excuse me if I'm messing about with things. I'm still trying to learn what's going on here. DSP, yeah, I think they're great. I think they're really good. I mean, it wasn't expensive. It cost me like £30. Was that about $32 to buy? And I think it's well worth the money. The only thing is it can be a bit expensive on the electric, but I work out what it saves me. If I can make 10 meals, and it works out at, say, £2 a meal tops out of that, it's worth it. I've saved a lot of money there. It's well worth the cost. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it also gives you the chance, so that, like when you get to say, like, harvest time, and you go around farms, and they might have like maize, sweet corn. They could have, like you said, carrots, potatoes, other vegetables, and and when they've had a glut, and I don't know if they do the same in the States. Over here, you might see some of the farms, they put out a table, call it an honesty box on, and they might put it under a canopy or something, and fruits and veg and all that sort of stuff, even eggs. and they'll put them out, and put a little price on them and say, oh, well, I think it's like £2 for eggs for a box of 6 eggs. But they're a free range straight out the chicken. Lots of other veg, and you could buy big, huge boxes of like potatoes and different other stuff. Oh, you have Misty? Okay. Thanks for hanging out. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for coming in. It was a pleasure to see you. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I think with a lot of veg, root vegetables, you have to blanch them anyway. And I just get a big pan. I get a spider, a wire spider, and I just like in and out. Good night, Missy. Thank you for coming in. 2 people dropped. Yeah, so I'll just get a big spider thing and then take them out, drain them, let them cool down, and get steam off and then put them away. And that saves a lot of money, Potatoes are like £2 for a silly little bag now. 2 people left in. Coming up to an hour now. I think I'm going to pop off at the hour. And get some rest. Thanks for seeing me this morning. So I'm going to put notes on you. I would test the adding someone to the live stream, but I think I'll do that. I might do that tomorrow. To see about adding someone else to the stream. Oh, yeah. So I've got a problem there. Battery in me camera's going down. So. Yeah, it's constant learning. So, thanks for hanging out with me, Spoon. I think I'm going to end the stream now. I might come on later today after work or tomorrow morning. See how that goes. If you put the link in the chat, I can put up the link to help you test. Okay, thank you. Yeah, if it is later today, on my time, UK time, it will probably be around about 9:10 tonight. So I'm not sure what time that is in Japan. Okay, thanks for hanging out. My batteries in my devices are going down, so I shall catch you all soon. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight or this morning, whichever it is for you, and speak to you all soon. Bye bye.